The day began with a soft, gentle light, a spring morning that felt like a promise. The air was crisp, tinged with the scent of new beginnings, and the world seemed to hold its breath, waiting for something beautiful to unfold. Cheyenne Kimball gazed out her window at the cherry blossom trees, their pink and white petals drifting like confetti in the breeze. Each petal seemed to dance on the wind, swirling and twirling in a delicate ballet, painting the air with color and movement. The blossoms were more than just flowers. They were a symbol of hope, a sign that winter was over and a new season had begun. Their fragile beauty spoke of resilience, of life returning after months of cold and darkness. Cheyenne longed to step outside, to feel the petals brush her hair and the sun warm her skin. She imagined the gentle touch of the breeze, the soft crunch of grass beneath her feet, and the freedom of being surrounded by nature's embrace. The world beyond her window was alive, vibrant, and full of possibility, a stark contrast to the quiet stillness of her room. Outside, laughter and birdsong mingled with the rustle of leaves, while inside, time seemed to stand still. She pressed her hand to the glass, wishing she could be as free as a petal caught in the wind. The barrier between her and the world felt thin, almost fragile, as if a single breath could shatter it. The cherry blossoms whispered stories of resilience, blooming after the long, cold winter. Their quiet strength inspired her, reminding her that even after the harshest seasons, beauty could return. Cheyenne felt a seed of desire growing in her heart, a longing for her own season of change. She wondered what it would feel like to step into the unknown, to let herself be carried by the winds of possibility. The beauty outside was an invitation, a call to adventure and transformation. The path beneath the cherry trees seemed to beckon her forward, promising new experiences and the chance to grow. She realized the blossoms were a reminder: life is meant to be lived, not just observed. Every falling petal was a gentle nudge, urging her to embrace the world beyond her window. And in that moment, she began to hope for her own chance to bloom, to step into the sunlight and let her spirit unfurl with the promise of spring. Inside, Cheyenne's room felt both safe and suffocating. The four walls echoed with unspoken dreams and memories she couldn't let go. Her song, Cherry Blossom, was born here, lyrics like diary pages, filled with longing and fear. The guitar in her hands was her only companion, its music a voice for feelings she couldn't say aloud. Every object in the room was a relic of her past, but none spoke to the future she craved. She felt paused, waiting for her story to move forward. The cherry blossoms outside were a painful reminder of the life passing her by. She yearned for change, but fear kept her rooted in place. Cheyenne waited for a sign, something to give her the courage to leave her comfort behind. The ache for freedom grew stronger with every passing moment. The bright spring day began to shift as gray clouds crept across the sky. Sunlight faded, replaced by a heavy, muted light that cast long shadows. The wind picked up, shaking the cherry blossoms and sending petals tumbling. Cheyenne watched as the world outside transformed, beauty giving way to tension. The sky darkened to a deep purple, and the air filled with the electric scent of an oncoming storm. Rain began to fall, washing the colors from the world and plastering petals to the ground. The gentle dance of the blossoms was replaced by chaos. The storm outside mirrored the turmoil inside Cheyenne, a sudden, unavoidable force. It was a symbol of unexpected challenges, a wake-up call she couldn't ignore. Change was coming, loud and undeniable. Thunder shook the house, rattling the windows and echoing through every room. Lightning split the sky, illuminating the storm's wild fury for a brief moment. Cheyenne felt the storm's energy seep through her walls, making her heart race with anxious anticipation. The four walls that once protected her now felt fragile, insignificant against nature's overwhelming power. Each thunderclap chipped away at her resolve to stay hidden, shaking her confidence. The storm drowned out her doubts, washing away her hesitation and fear. It forced her to confront her fears, leaving her no place to hide. She realized the safety of her room was just an illusion, something she could no longer trust. It was a trap, not a sanctuary, holding her back from the world outside. The storm was a lesson, one she could not ignore. You can't control what happens, no matter how hard you try, but you can always choose how to respond to it. The thunder became a call to action, a signal she could not ignore, urging her to break free from her self-imposed prison. It was the push she needed to finally step into the unknown, embracing whatever came next. on June 13, 2010. As the storm faded, Cheyenne found clarity. The world outside her window seemed washed clean, as if inviting her to begin again. The air was fresh, and for the first time in a long while, she felt a sense of calm settle over her. She knew it was time to say goodbye, not just to her room, but to the version of herself that had been afraid to live. Every item she packed was a memory, a piece of her old life she was finally ready to leave behind. Letting go of the familiar sadness was terrifying, but the hope of something new was stronger. She hesitated at the threshold, heart pounding, but the promise of change called to her more than the comfort of staying. She stood in her room, surrounded by memories, and made a silent promise to choose courage over comfort. The faces in the photos seemed to encourage her, reminding her of the love and strength she carried within. The decision to leave was quiet but powerful, a farewell to fear and a hello to possibility. With every step toward the door, she felt the weight of her doubts begin to lift, replaced by a quiet determination. The cherry blossoms had shown her beauty. The storm had given her strength. Nature's resilience mirrored her own, and she realized she was capable of blooming after hardship too. Now, she was ready to take the first step. Each footfall on the rain-soaked pavement was a promise to herself, a commitment to move forward, no matter how uncertain the path ahead. The goodbye was bittersweet, but it was also freeing. Tears mixed with smiles as she embraced those she loved, knowing that letting go was the bravest thing she could do. She was no longer just a spectator, she was ready to write her own story. With pen in hand and hope in her heart, she began to imagine a future shaped by her own choices. The sadness lingered, but hope was brighter. She glanced back one last time, grateful for the journey that had brought her here, and then turned toward the light ahead. For the first time, she felt ready to face whatever came next. The world was wide open, and she finally believed she belonged in it. As the storm cleared, sunlight returned, bathing the world in a fresh, golden glow. Cheyenne stepped outside, breathing in the crisp, rain-washed air. A rainbow arched across the sky, a symbol of hope after turmoil. The world felt new, and so did she. She walked past the cherry blossom trees, noticing how they stood strong despite losing many petals. Like the trees, she had weathered her own storm and survived. The fallen petals were not a loss, but a sign of renewal. New blossoms would come. This was her quiet new beginning, built on the strength of what she'd endured. The world was her blank canvas, and she was ready to paint her future. With each step, she embraced hope, courage, and the promise of brighter days. Cheyenne moved forward, carrying the lessons of both the cherry blossom and the storm within her heart. Each step she took was shaped by memories of gentle petals and fierce winds, a reminder that life is a blend of beauty and challenge. The blossoms taught her hope, the quiet promise that even after the coldest winter, new life can emerge. Their delicate strength inspired her to believe in fresh beginnings and to trust that light would return, no matter how long the darkness lasted. And the storm taught her resilience, the courage to bloom even after hardship. It showed her that true strength is forged in adversity, and that facing the wind head-on can reveal hidden reserves of power. She discovered the power to face chaos and rebuild, to stand tall when everything around her seemed uncertain. She learned that true resilience is not about avoiding storms, but about dancing in the rain and starting again, finding joy in the very heart of struggle. Her journey is a message for anyone facing change, a gentle reminder that transformation is possible, even when the path is unclear. It's okay to feel both fear and hope. We all have our own walls to break through, our own storms to weather, and our own blossoms calling us forward. The key is to hold both, the pain and the promise, close to our hearts, to carry the beauty and the struggle within us. Cheyenne's story is a song of courage and hope, a reminder that every ending is a beginning in disguise. If you find yourself watching life from a window, longing for change, wait for your storm, and let it set you free. On the other side of every storm, a new world awaits, ready for you to explore with all the hope, strength, and wisdom you've gathered along the way.